Today I am on the West Coast. The last time you guys saw me, I was Texas, Vegas, South Dakota, back to Texas, Moab, and now I'm in California, and I'm here with George with APG Offroad. And if you look, there is a monstrous couple Broncos behind me, and then my cute little Wildtrak. But I'm gonna let the man himself introduce himself, and we're gonna be doing some little decorations, I will say, on the hood of my Bronco. But I'm gonna let him introduce himself and kind of tell you guys what he does here. He has got some incredible machines all around me. I'm a little bit jealous because I want to just kind of like hop in every single one and drive them around. But,
we can hop in one.
Smoke them.
What's up, guys? George here, APG. You guys have seen this on the channel. You know, we've been blessed to build on the 6th generation Bronco. These things are fun. We feel like we make them a lot funner. You know, it's not just about getting out and building something that is capable in one world, right? We like to build a car on a platform that's not just for desert running, not just for rock crawling, not just something that can look good. Yeah. But if you could come up with something that's gonna kind of bless all those worlds, then we feel that we've kind of nailed it down right now. Yeah. So no two builds are the same, no two clients are the same. So right now Chase is here in the lab because what we're gonna do is we're gonna give them we're gonna install our carbon upper hood trim, right? This upper hood trim is kind of taking the market by storm because typically the aftermarket hood world has a lot of side effects, right? And we believe we've overcome those side effects with how we designed the original upper part and the lower part, allowing heat to escape, allowing water to drain, keeping it functional, keeping it simple.
And utilizing the factory hood.
Absolutely. Factory hood, factory hinges, factory latches, all the safety mechanisms, the emission label. This is a hard thing to do, and we think we kind of came up with a clever way of getting it done.
And it looks sexy as well.
Yeah, carbon's sexy.
Yeah, it is, man. It really is.
We took Chase to a little bit of a tour of the carbon shop next door. We're going to show you a little bit more of that as well.
Yeah. So we're going to kind of walk through his shop. The guy's going to start tearing my Bronco apart. You can kind of see him back there already diving headfirst into that thing. And then we're going to walk through his shop. We're going to quickly give you a little rundown of some of their manufacturing processes, a little bit more of what they do, and then we'll dive into my Bronco and show you what the finished product looks like with this bad boy on the hood. Shoot. Of course, I got to point out bin pack because they're my peeps too. I've got 10,000 pound 2-post in my shop. These look like 15,000 pounders, so these are big. But yeah, guys at bin pack, rocking over here at APG too. Walk you around. A couple Raptors here in the shop. This thing's crazy. It's a Raptor 1. They got their got some goodies on here, billet upper arms, perch collars. They're upfitting them with their kits as well, so the full carbon fiber rear fenders. Same thing to go on the front too. Pretty freaking sick. George, real quick, you want to kind of tell us a little bit about what we're doing and kind of about this thing here?
Awesome. Yeah. So the upper hood trim is it's produced off of an open face mold. I'm going to turn it to this angle so you can kind of see what's happening on here.
Okay.
Air extraction is really the name of the game here for this hood. You'll notice 9 simultaneous louvers across the primary body that you cannot see from a top down. And then 3 larger louvers up front that provide a bit more air extraction out of the hood compartment. If you look at it in a model where the raised louvers are on the lower hood trim, that's right in this region. So you wanted the most air extraction to be in that region, right? Heat's gonna rise. You want to get out of the edge compartment without changing the thermodynamics that engine bay was designed from the factory.
Exactly.
Thermodynamics are widely overlooked in the off-road aftermarket industry, not with us.
Yeah.
So, you notice we've got a little bit of mesh on here. Right? This is just to stop any larger debris from entering the engine compartment. This is so small that we didn't feel that it needed it.
Yeah.
And essentially that's what it is. It's allowing heat to extract and then allowing water to drain.
Well, that too, and anything that's performance related, when an engine bay or an engine itself gets heat soaked, correct me if I'm wrong, you lose power when you're really hard into it.
Absolutely. On any forced induction or turbocharged
Exactly.
vehicle.
And which is kind of why Ford engineered something similar like this on the factory Raptor hoods.
Yep.
So you guys have taken a non-Bronco Raptor, and created kind of the same effect to make the engines more efficient. Again, like you said,
Absolutely.
extracting heat out of that base, so that way that thing stays operating at its peak performance.
Yeah, and if you think about it, if you're driving down the road on the highway and you're going 30, 40, 50, 60 miles an hour, there's a lot of airflow taking that heat out of the engine compartment.
Yeah.
But if you're in the desert or wherever, you're doing the slower technical rock crawling, there's no flow. It's just sitting there and it's just basking in that heat and warming everything up even more, reducing your performance even worse.
Yeah.
Now, Ford has an incredible cooling system on this Bronco.
Yeah.
But there is no arguing. Mechanical engineers throughout the globe will always agree cooler engines run better. That's just how it is.
You're just increasing efficiency, you know?
Now, we said, hey, we knew we wanted to add some styling. We knew we wanted to add some function to it, but you know, we didn't really stop there. We kind of created these
Look at that.
these are actually
Race red.
Yeah,
That's my thing.
to match the color of it. So if you guys get this on the site, you know, you can just type in your paint code and it'll be pre-refinished before you even show up.
Sick.
So essentially, this is machined from 6061 aluminum, right? It's got a housing for an LED marker light. You know, it's just a small. These marker lights are available in multi-colors, but it's just a forward-facing marker light. It sits in the front.
That's cool.
Sits in the housing. This housing then screws up from the bottom. Hood trim sits on there. It's just beautiful. This marker light will face forward.
Guys, look at the quality of this carbon too. Look at that.
So these are the idea is just picking up on the Bronco theme, the 1, 2, 3, the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. These are small little pre-threaded accessory mounts.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know what you're gonna put on the hood of your car, really, but we thought it'd be really cool for content creators or guys who love to capture their adventures off-road.
Oh man, I'll put a GoPro right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Usually I do it. I'm holding the phone, but you're shining through the windshield.
Yeah.
And then you get that debris.
The glare and the bugs.
This is in the front.
Yeah.
This is in the front. You know, you can be as creative as you want.
Well, that's a really cool POV too, because you see the hood bobbing around.
Exactly. But yeah, it's going to be like a stable point on the hood, and then the rest of it. We thought you could mount a light bar across, a shovel, or some recovery equipment, some traction boards, really whatever you want.
Look at that.
But
So
it just looks clean.
it does. It looks great. So the guys are getting the hood prepped for that. That's what it looked like. I'm going to show you kind of what a finished product would look like, because they have one on this Bronco over here, and of course I've got the white to match the white Bronco, but that's kind of the idea that will be over here on the hoodless Wildtrak. So we'll let the guys go to work. We're going to go look through the rest of their shop and see how they do a bunch of cool stuff in here. George talked me into it. He's talked me into going for a ride. Like that was a really hard task.
Yeah. I was like, do you want to go for a ride? Oh, twist my arm.
Actually, I was like, hey man, next time we get together, we should film some content ripping around in the Pro Runner, and he was like, let's go for a ride.
Yeah. The thing is, like, we don't got any mountains or deserts around here. I just got it's a concrete jungle,
Hey,
you know.
We'll still have some fun though.
I'll try to, you know. It's funny, we have something here called the Garden Grove Whoops, and you're gonna laugh. It's like off-road area here. So you can still smoke 40.
Yeah, you can. That was not expected.
And the OEMs.
Even the steering wheel. Holy shit.
This thing moves. You see what gearing does? Gearing adds a lot. What we call the Garden Grove Whoops.
Garden Grove whoops. Let's do it.
All right, now is that part? You'll see King Shots is right here.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Okay.
All right, hey, we'll make use of what we got.
Now, if you took this in a stock Bronco, you sir would have a problem.
You didn't even feel anything.
Now, these are the Garden Grove Whoops.
All right. Holy.
That's the Garden Grove Whoops.
Yeah, stock wouldn't do that.
So we're not really touching a lot here. And brakes.
Wow.
Thing stops on a dime.
What do you do for brakes?
Bone stock.
No shit.
Dude, Ford's brakes are killer on the 2.7.
That
The
was-
EBV adds kind of adjust brake actuation pressure.
Yeah.
Based on rate of slowdown.
Yeah.
Also rate of pedal pressure.
Gotcha.
So it's like live braking.
Yeah.
You don't need just more pistons. You don't need more fluid. It's incredible. We have the Alcons. We got the Brembos, Willwoods.
Yeah.
All sorts of aftermarket brakes. We saw that we don't need them. You want them, cool, but you don't need them.
Smoke them.
Smoke. Smoke. We never tested a 0-60, but people go, oh, it needs a V8. I'm like, you gotta come drive this thing. The thing hauls ass.
It moves great, man.
And here's the thing. Long travel off-road handles like a fucking Porsche.
Oh my God, I want to be so bad.
Oh, yeah. It's how we got the geometry lined up. And we incorporate that factory in sway bar.
Yeah.
That disconnect.
Yeah.
Most long travel builders, they just omit it. No, we kept it in there. We worked into all the geometry.
Dude, this thing is so nimble.
Very. All right, so we're gonna hit
Can't feel
this.
shit.
So we're gonna hit this at about 80, okay?
Okay.
These are called the double dips.
Oh my God, dude.
Velcro overall about 2.5 to 3 feet deep. It just soaks up everything.
We're on concrete, but these dips on these intersections are substantial. And we're not even moving in here. It's like we're just driving on a flat road.
So everyone knows we are on a closed course in Tijuana right now.
Yeah.
They're all paid actors driving in the vehicles next to us.
We're on a huge set.
Huge set.
The production on this, the budget, you don't want to know.
You don't want to know. It's just unbelievable. But like real talk, you see how this thing handles?
No, seriously. Yeah,
fucking
seriously. It's amazing.
It's fun.
It feels like a razor got hit with like a whole vial of steroids with AC, leather seats,
Adaptive cruise control.
adaptive cruise.
Now check this out. I've got my traction turned off because we had a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
There's not a single alert or error on the dash.
Dash is clear.
Just clear. There's no Christmas trees. And we've been driving this thing for 6,200 miles, hard off-road.
Yeah.
We've got no mechanical issues. We've worked all those bugs out and put it into the production plan.
What's crazy too is how, it feels when you go from a stop, just not even getting on it. It doesn't feel any more sluggish or heavy than like my stock Wildtrak does.
Dude, you got to gear. You got to get your axle ratio according to your tire size. You got to get your timing and your calibration.
Yeah.
And if you're going to add weight and you're going to add wheel travel, you got to add track width. You got to correct your front and rear suspension geometry to accommodate all that additional wheel travel, and all your dynamics have changed. And that's not what you get from a bolt-on or just any old average off-road builder shop or an off-the-shelf part.
No, that's
you
true.
need an engineered, re-engineered vehicle, and that's the difference.
Everything has to lean on another component for it to all work and mesh in harmony.
When they say a chain is only as strong as its weakest link,
That's very true.
I always say that, man.
That is very true, man.
And if you look at how many people have broken their U7254 Broncos because of incorrect suspension geometry. I see guys brand new, they're so excited. They drop by the discount tire and they want to put some bigger wheels and tires.
Yep.
Maybe they'll lift kit. First time they go off-roading, snap an axle, break a drive shaft. They got vibration on the way home. Their axles are spewing grease. It just wasn't built correctly.
Yep, that's very true. This thing just makes you smile. You should just call it the smile machine.
The smile machine. And the thing is, I wish there were more builders in the scene. The only true Bronco builders I see out there is really APG and the RTR guys.
Yeah.
Our friends.
Yep.
Vaughn and Lauren and the entire Funhaver team, dude, incredible what they've done. Not just for competitive racing, but in the build scene.
Yeah.
I wish Bronco had 10 more guys just like us.
That's very true, man.
I wish there were more builders complementing the business and the brand.
Well, and all that happens is it makes everybody step up.
Hell yeah.
And the people that benefit are the consumers that buy these things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it just,
Give options and build Bronco as a name.
Yeah.
As a force to be reckoned with in the aftermarket off-road scene.
Yeah.
So, I've had a blast with this platform. I have so much fun. Here's the thing. I'm gonna roll the windows up now.
Yeah. Kind of like it's a solid ball.
Chase, you've driven the Bronco Raptor. You took it on the off-road rodeo.
Yep.
Ford is killed it.
Yeah.
that Raptor is amazing for an OEM production line vehicle.
100%.
But like, do you get it now?
Yeah.
I keep telling people, like, you don't get it. You got to come drive it. You got to come for a test drive.
Yeah.
You'll know the difference in between cars.
Yeah.
Now, guys, we could have done this on a Bronco Raptor platform.
Yeah.
What, for 0.3 liters and some interior trim?
Yeah.
It's a waste of 40 grand.
Yep, that's true.
No, just start with a $50,000 Bronco and let us build something that can go do what you just got a tiny taste of.
Dude, I know. I wish we could just like send it somewhere.
I know. Here, I'll tell you what. I'll make you this deal right now.
All right.
I'll take you out. We will do a whole off-road APG day.
I'm done.
We'll bring other Bronco guys out. We'll have a full day of ride and drive.
I'm in.
Let's
You
do it.
say when, I'm in.
All right, let's see if we can smoke these wheels one more time.
Oh my gosh, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The APG, the Pro Runner, the behemoth, the king of Bronco builds, in my opinion. I don't think you can get any better than that thing right there. Yes! Bro,
Go to the dirt, dude.
you made my day, dude.
We gotta go to the dirt.
We do,
This thing's
man.
not meant for the concrete. Watch out for the curb, guys.
There it is. 40s. 2.7. You don't need a 3.0, do you? Hell no.
No, you don't need a 3.0.
Look at that.
Hey, Dad always said there's no replacement for liter displacement.
Yep,
I'll
exactly.
say that.
Yeah.
But with good gearing, good engineering, good
Yep.
turbochargers, and programming,
Hey.
you can smoke tires.
That's it, man.
We're not a builder shop where we'll buy parts from a bunch of different vendors
Yeah.
and kind of Frankenstein things together. Yes, we have to buy our tires from a tire supplier, our shocks from a shock supplier, so on and so forth. But for the most part, the vast majority of the APG proprietary products are made in-house here at 12570 Industry Street. Just like the ladies in Italy who do the seamstress sewing for the Italian seats on the Ferrari.
I definitely want to see what they're doing.
You ladies have got way better hands than men, and I will never argue that. So all of the meticulous carbon fiber lamination is typically done by our skilled craftsmen, and it's all handmade. And you'll watch the carbon lamination process. We don't do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. There's a lot of proprietary stuff, but it's all beautiful. Everything is all hand templated, hand cut. The most important part, Chase, is the first ply. When you're making a cosmetic part, you need that first piece to be perfect. No wrinkles, nothing skewed. It has to laminate into the mold flawlessly.
Yeah.
You gotta think, if someone's gonna buy something that has the aesthetics of an exposed carbon part,
Yeah.
I mean, one piece of hair,
You'll see it.
one bit fray of carbon, it's there forever and the whole part's trash. So carefully getting the first ply cut and getting the first ply delicately and carefully placed into the mold, it's essential. And that's what gives us that flawless carbon look. So this has its first layer of clear coat. It'll then get sanded, polished out. This is the heavy, we have a very sophisticated clear coating process. We do a 3-stage, we clear it 3 times. Because any rocks or chips or anything breaks through the outer clear, if high temp carbon will turn yellow with the UV rays from the sun. So we have a multi-stair process. We just want to protect it, because this is an off-road application.
Yeah.
We protect our carbon stronger than any carbon manufacturer in the entire country. Because we don't just build high temp, just high quality composites, we do them for the off-road world.
Yeah.
And I drive harder than most of you guys out
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
so.
That is incredible, man. So, curing station, injection mold station,
Bagging.
that just looks crazy.
It's essentially a big envelope.
That is
A big Ziploc bag you place over the part, and you're just compressing that part, you know? You're just sandwiching the material and making it thin and lean. We are a PPG Enviro-based premium. It's the highest line from PPG paints. It's the paint Ford uses on their car. To make any color out of the 2 million colors that our computer currently mixes and solutionizes.
2 million colors.
2 million colors. It's you know, like, you know, the old days, and you look at your 3 foundation colors, you know, your blue, your yellow, and your red, you know. This is the same thing, but it's just got there's only 3 colors in the world, I always tell people. And then you just break down to synthesize different toners to make the millions of colors that exist. And it's all done digitally on a scale. You start with a white, you start with a black, and then you add your toners and your tints, all done digitally on a scale, and that is what produces your affected paint code. Now here's the thing, even if Ford's got your paint code was PQ.
Yeah.
That's the Ford paint code for race
like
red.
3 different tones or something like
that? There's a million different, there's 1,000 variations of that. Yeah. So we put your same paint code in. Now, luckily the part that we painted, it's far away from the existing color. It's not bordering so you can't tell if it's a shade lighter. Yeah. But if we're gonna paint a fender or a hood, it's gotta be perfect, or you gotta blend the surrounding panel. So we've got some high-tech cameras that we'll take in there and pull a real color off that vehicle, temperature, humidity, how long it sits in your driveway and it gets sun on one side every day. Everything changes that. Sure. So we always match to the car, and having a mixing room in-house allows us to dial paint in perfectly.
That is crazy.
So what is a paint booth? You know, it's a. You stay here, baby. Okay.
Stay here, bud.
No. Stay. You see her pause?
Yeah.
She'll get a pause cut. So.
Whoa.
Oh. This is cool. You stay here, okay, baby? So this is essentially the best paint booth, you know, for the most part money can buy. It's a premium full downdraft. That means corner to corner, edge to edge on the floor, you've got suction and extraction. Wow. We're one of the only shops that could paint like a minivan or like a Sprinter van in here because it's so tall. Yeah. We do this because we knew our off-road vehicles and applications were only going to get bigger. Yeah. So air comes from the roof, runs through these high-end Swiss intake filters, removes all dust particles and impurities from the air, follows down through, sucks through the bottom base, runs through 4 filters, sucks outside, goes out to the roof. We got a series of heaters that are made up inside of here, specialized lighting, atmospheric control, temperature, humidity.
So this will essentially, they call it like baking the paint post painted too, right?
So this has heating capabilities, but the most important part of painting a car inside of a controlled room is dust prevention. Yeah. You don't want nibs and dust in your paint. You got tons of hot rod guys that do parking lot spray jobs. Oh yeah. But they're cutting and polishing and re-clear coating 10 times. Yep. But this allows us to get a near perfect part on the right out of the go.
Saves time. I'm sure that's cost
money.
Effective. Yeah.
Also quality. You don't want huge material builds. Yep. Huge material build actually has an adverse effect on the quality of your paint job. Adding more material just adds more material to fail. So you want to have the right amount of material, just not a lot. And it's a paint booth, not much more to it.
Well, let's see some welds, man.
You guys can go to a little fab shop action. And we don't really show off the welds, right? It's just, as long as it's done correctly, I feel like we've got a lot more to offer than just a weld, you know? So I'll take you behind the curtains here. This is something new we've been working on. Ooh. Yes. So this is our new, look, we are building a pretty gnarly application, Chase. Our builds are like $60,000 to $70,000 of parts, but you need to put 1-ton axles to carry a 40-inch tall tire. That's true. It's expensive. 1350 U joints and drive shafts. Actually, we're building 1-ton Broncos cheaper than the Jeep guys are building 1-ton Jeeps. Now, and I'm gonna throw on the record now, but here's the thing, we get it. People who wanna drive fast and wanna go fast and have a good time, but like, hey, I don't wanna run a 40. Yeah. Also, I don't got $60,000, $70,000 of parts, but I wanna have a good time. How can I accommodate the best I can? Yeah. So we've already done Pro Runner, we've done Mid Runner, right? Okay. Light shock upgrade, income, APG non-Pro Runner LT system. So you'll notice that is actually an original Dana 44 Bronco rear axle.
I was gonna say that looked like a 44.
Yeah, it's a 44. Now it's got all of the factory axle bracketry removed. Okay. And all of our bracketry welded onto it. Yeah. And I told you we can weld, guys. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, look at that.
No, it's just welding, It's just welding. Now, so essentially what we've done here is we've reworked all the geometry of the Ford factory, the Ford Bronco Dana 44 rear axle, to correct the parallel 4-link geometry, give you dual shock mounts.
Damn.
With UMHW bottom skids, all new control arm bracketry, track bar bracketry, actual track bar itself. Now here's the thing, because our brackets are so wide and so strong, this is actually reinforcing the tube of the axle.
That's true.
You heard about those boys spinning,
Yep.
the spinning axles?
Yep, I've heard that.
Now they're spinning them because these are friction welded axles. You can't weld a tube to a cast housing
Yes.
without heating the material to 500 degrees and then cooling it down.
Yeah.
It's complex. In order to do that, you end up the labor just buy a new axle, buy a Dana 60.
Yeah.
So we developed these. Check these out.
Okay, what am I
Now-
looking at here? Looks like a...
It looks like a little piece of, looks like a little boat, you know?
Yeah.
So essentially what this is, it is a tube weld on.
So it's like a kind of like a truss type of...
It's semi. So there's a slight tap bullet that goes in through here that you hand tap into this.
Got you.
This goes over, goes to fit right through, then you rosette weld right in here.
Yeah.
Now this also butts in against this wall,
Top and bottom.
top and bottom, and then you get these weld-on clamps. Ba-bam!
Okay.
So this, I had it backwards. We're actually, the reason this is not installed right now is we have to rework the position of this one because the ABS sensor wasn't in the data Ford. But essentially what's gonna happen is this is gonna drop over the top
Got you.
clamp, and this butts in, so you have the top
There's
clamp.
no way that's gonna allow that center to spin.
Exactly. So you're holding the housing, welding to the tube, you're gusseting this region, which is the part that typically bends and or spins.
I've seen one that spun. It was...
Yeah, it's gnarly. Plus, you know what it is? The trail turn assist applies brake, a lot of torque on there. So this is gonna stop the spinning, reinforce the axle, and you now don't have to buy an $8,000 rear end.
That is a game changer.
Yeah, baby. So now what he's doing is he's gonna work the adhesive into the sand scratches. That's how you know you're getting the adhesive into the pores of the sand scratches.
Got you.
And you'll do that on surface A and on the hood. So then when you put contact, you're just putting wet on wet, baby.
Yeah.
See that? That's it. This is permanent. This never comes off. Ever. Ever, 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 ever.
Hey,
ever.
once and done.
Once and done.
Dude, I'm, no bullshit, super impressed.
Yeah.
Everything you're doing.
Appreciate
man.
that. Because we're not the master at every year, make, and model. We are the fucking Don Juan at the Ford Bronco. That's what we are. One model at a time, specializing it. So when someone comes here, they get absolute perfection.
So, before Bronco was coming out, were you already oh hell yeah, we're about to...
God damn, when I saw it, I was like, please, hurry up. I didn't know. No one knew what it was gonna be. You should have seen all these fake little renders out there.
Yeah.
It was bogus, People are taking the F-150 and putting an Explorer rear end on it, and they thought that was gonna be a Bronco. But Ford just did a really good job. And there was a couple issues in the beginning for production timelines.
Like anything. Well, that too, and given the circumstance that they try to launch a new car, who knew that we were gonna have a global shutdown?
Yeah, no one asked for this.
Yeah.
That's given us our clean edge.
Smart.
What you don't want is adhesive to spew out.
Yeah.
You got a still hand, Jerry. You got better. Corrosion of the material. Corrosion can lead to some delamination and a failed bond. What's up, man? You want to re-glove?
Damn!
They call that double glove, baby.
I wasn't expecting that. It's like, bam, I'm already ready,
Boom.
baby. Oh my God, look at that.
So you'll just watch how perfect. There's no jigs needed. It just lines up perfectly. This is the engineering behind it.
Oh, so good, man. Look at that gloss too.
Now the engineering and the contact is so good that essentially what he just did is he just created enough adhesive to adhesive contact that this is never coming off forever.
Beautiful. That's so good.
Really all we do is just a little bit of tape. That's all it needs. A high pressure clamp would leave a valley.
Yeah.
It would groove it. There's no need. You can see how well the engineering fits on it.
I mean, it's like a glove, man. Like 2 pairs.
No, but not OJ's glove. Like 2 pairs. He's got jokes, man. He's got jokes.
All right, ready to rock. We're putting it on now.
Carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber.
So good. All right, guys, that's what it looks like. Finished, well, almost finished product. It's not mounted yet, but finished product. They're picking up the super heavy aluminum hood. Look at all that power. Man, you guys are strong. There it is.
Bottom hood should be assaulting.
Yeah.
Trick, this is how they do it with their heads.
Nice.
You have to use your head.
Tech tip. That better be in the instructions.
Absolutely. Use your head when installing.
So second to last step, he's just finishing up wiring the marker lights that are on top of the hood now. And then we've got the super sexy man here holding the super sexy carbon that goes under the bottom.
I used to be sexier.
Yeah, with the 11 clips that mounts into the OEM location.
1, 2, 3.
And that thing weighs like,
Did you count?
I heard him say it.
So this is a really sophisticated install.
Yeah, this is
Really, really challenging.
very hard to install here.
Tools required are fingers.
Yep. Oh yeah. There it is. That's bam. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. Immediate 15 horsepower.
Immediate.
Immediate.
I hear light bars add another 10.
Yeah, definitely. And since there's carbon on the bottom, that's 15. Carbon on the top, that's another 15. We just added 30 horsepower right
30
now.
horsepower.
Yeah, easy.
Name a mod that can do that.
Oh, but we got 2 lights. That's like 5 apiece.
You know, I'm not the best at math, but I hear carbon fiber does wonders.
It does. It does look good though. All jokes aside, it's super cool.
So when you engineer things using modern software and the fancy dancy computer systems, you know, installation is a lot easier.
Yep. The man himself, sealing the deal.
When you close the hood, don't do this and push your paint. Guys, that's rookie stuff.
Yep.
All right?
Rookie.
Take it up to about, 12 to 16 inches or so. Just give it a nice
And drop. Boom. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Baby.
That-
Ooh, baby.
Yep.
Ooh, baby.
Absolutely love it, man. You guys killed it. I am in love with this freaking hood. Look at this, guys. So good. It's so clean. It's not overly obnoxious. It is a functioning heat extraction hood. And I know we've talked a little bit about it, but I'm going to tell you the benefits of it. So this allows cool air to come into the radiator, pass through all the cooling system, into the engine bay, cool the engine bay out, and you got to give that air in that hot, engine compartment area a place to vent. Same reason that they did that on the Ford Raptor. When you're out really mobbing on your vehicle, there's a lot of heat that's generated inside that engine bay, and the 2.7s is definitely one of those rigs that generates a lot of heat. Any force inducted engine does really. This is the twin turbo, so there's a lot of activity underneath the hood of this thing. So this allows the heat to extract out. So if you have a rammer hood, there's nothing wrong with that, but again, air comes in, but there's nowhere for it to come out. So more air is forced inside your engine bay that heats up and creates a lot of turbulence under there, which diminishes your cooling efficiency. This, however, like I said, it's a clean path that comes in and comes right out. So it's a more efficient cooling setup to extract those crazy exhaust gas temperatures and engine bay heat out of the front end of your truck, thus making it more efficient. The more efficient you can make your truck, the more power you can maintain. It's not that the vehicle will overheat, it's called heat soaked. And once the engine gets heat soaked, it'll actually lose a little bit of power. So you'll kind of feel power loss when you're really hard in it, like in sand or something. So this is just a little small thing to do to you know, help the efficiency of your truck. And it just looks freaking great. So we got the marker lights, carbon fiber hood lay up top, and then the carbon fiber insert in the bottom. And yeah, that's it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. That is going to be a wrap. George, thank you so much, bro.
Oh, yeah, man. Right
you
on.
saw us walk through their whole facility. So if you're in the market to take your Bronco to the absolute next level, George is the man to talk to, for sure.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming down, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
You know, part of the thing that made today better was that you've got an in-depth mechanical understanding of not just Broncos, of cars.
Yeah.
A lot of things that we were talking, you kind of picked up, things started clicking.
Yeah.
Sometimes we talk and we know we're kind of like over the top of a lot of it,
Well,
but Chase picked this all up.
Yeah, when things make sense, you know, the whole puzzle per se, you know, is clear on why you want to do this or that. You know what I mean? And you know, these guys have mastered everything from the performance aspect, the geometry of it, the long-term reliability. These aren't pavement princesses. These are meant to be beat on and played with. They're a tool, and that's, you guys have nailed it.
I appreciate it. Tell you what, let's do more together.
I'm down.
Let's do it. Right on.
Comment if you want to see us doing some more content together. I know we played a little. You saw us play, you know, here in on some concrete. How about next time we get together, we try to get this thing off the ground or something.
I'll tell you what I want to do, guys. I want to start doing monthly APG shop runs.
Ooh.
That's something that we've been working towards for a while, but it's really been a personal thing with me and time and availability.
Yeah.
The family and the kids getting started, but kids are getting older enough now to come with. So monthly APG shop runs. Bring your Bronco. We're gonna have some minimum build requirements, and we're gonna post details, and we're gonna share it with Chase, and we're gonna kind of keep everybody followed along.
There it is, guys.
See you guys.
Have a good one.